Alan, it's been a difficult week and a half for people who received a COVID vaccine at the Dr. Moma clinic in Colorado Springs. That's the clinic where the state health department stopped distribution because of improper storage of the vaccines. Some of the patients feel like the state has been less than transparent with them. News 5's Spencer Humphrey takes us along for their quest for answers.
There is a significant lack of information. And it is really hard to connect dots when you're not given any dots to connect.
Darcy Hannigan isn't the only patient who received her first COVID-19 vaccination at the Dr. Moma clinic to now feel left in the dark.
We cross our fingers and close our eyes and we make a leap of faith.
Susan Easterly does too.
And they didn't reach their hand out. They let us fall into the canyon.
It's all after last Tuesday. The state health department announced the clinic failed to provide proper documentation of temperature storage, and the nearly 4,000 patients who got a vaccine there would need to get it again. But it still left them with a lot of questions.
How effective was my first vaccine? Was it absolutely invalid, or is it called invalid because they could not establish paperwork?
There seems to be some accusations that are being made that we have not been able to get a response to directly.
She's not talking about the clinic. Dr. Moma herself, going by the name Favor Sylvie, has actually been fairly active answering questions in a Facebook group made up of people vaccinated at her clinic.
I'm really upset with the state.
Thank you for calling the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment.
Easterly called up the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment's vaccine hotline, hoping to get some answers.
I said, well, where can I expect to get this information from the CDPHE and when? And the girl said, just watch the news.
Over the past week, we have contacted CDPHE officials numerous times asking for an on-camera interview to provide these answers. Our requests went ignored until Friday when we received this email from CDPHE saying we are unable to accommodate an interview request at this time.
And the vast majority of the rest of the information we have is what we found from the news or what someone has posted a link to in the Facebook group or what Dr. Moma has said herself.
And that just isn't good enough for them.
We should not be having to scour your news channel or any news channels and Google searching to get our information.
They want answers.
To me, there's a lot of questions.
And just hope someone can help shine a light. Always watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Spencer Humphrey, News 5.
Thanks, Spencer. And looking ahead, the Facebook account, who appears to be Dr. Moma, told members of that social media group that she will be holding a press conference tomorrow afternoon at her clinic. She says that she will give access to the areas where the vaccines were stored to refute some of the claims made against her. News 5 plans to cover that event.